Hey sweet friends, welcome back to Soulful Health Kitchen. Today we're diving into a recipe that's close to my heart, incredibly soft and chewy almond flour chocolate chip cookies. These are the ultimate guilt-free indulgence, perfect for when you crave something sweet without any of the gluten. As always, we're keeping it simple and guilt-free, focusing on the beautiful process and the ingredients themselves. Because really, the true star of any great cookie is that pool of melty, sweet chocolate waiting to be discovered in every bite. This recipe makes about a dozen cookies, takes just 10 minutes to prep, and only 12 minutes in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's that simple. Quick cookie story. I once promised to bring a dozen to a picnic and somehow arrived with only 11. The missing one? Let's just call it essential quality control. A noble sacrifice for the greater good, okay? Today, you get that same irresistible chewy center and crisp edge, but with lower sugar and big, bold flavor. For our ingredients, you'll need 1.5 cups of fine milled almond flour, 1/4 cup of coconut sugar for that lovely caramel note, 1 large egg, preferably at room temperature, 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda to give them a little lift, and of course, 1/4 cup of dark chocolate chips, plus a few extra for the baker. It's an unwritten rule. First things first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Let the kitchen get warm and welcoming, setting the perfect mood. Next, line a baking sheet with parchment paper. This guarantees an easy cleanup and helps the cookies bake with perfectly even edges. All right, are you ready? Let's make some dough that loves you back. First, let's get our dry ingredients acquainted. In a medium bowl, whisk your almond flour with baking soda. This step is all about creating a light, airy foundation, so don't be shy with that whisk. In another bowl, whisk the egg, coconut sugar, and melted coconut oil until it's silky and smooth. You're looking for a glossy, cohesive mixture where the sugar has started to dissolve. Now, pour the wet ingredients into the dry and gently mix with a spatula until a soft dough forms. Be careful not to overmix here. We want tenderness, not toughness. If it looks a touch dry, just rest it for 1 minute. Almond flour hydrates incredibly fast and will absorb that moisture. Fold in your dark chocolate chips. I always save a couple for topping later. It's my little secret for that professional bakery look. An optional pinch of salt makes the chocolate sing like a Sunday morning choir. It just elevates everything. Dough check, it should be soft, easily scoopable, and not sticky. Like a little cloud with ambition. And if a chip goes missing during this process, it's just quality control. We'll call it research, not theft. We're going to bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. The goal is perfectly golden edges with a soft, gooey center. Scoop your dough onto a parchment-lined sheet. I prefer parchment over a silicone mat for these, as it gives the bottoms a slightly crisper finish. Leave some space for them to breathe and spread. Lightly press each scoop down and dot those few extra chips on top. This ensures every bite has that melty chocolate goodness. Aim for an even size so they bake like best friends, not rivals. Uniformity is key for a consistent batch. Into the preheated oven they go. Make sure your rack is in the center for the most even heat. Set your timer for 10 minutes while they bake. Story time. My neighbor swears cookies have a sixth sense. They know when you're waiting impatiently, so they take their sweet, sweet time. It's a test of our patience. Do your very best not to check on the cookies every minute. It's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. At the 10-minute mark, peek at the edges. You're looking for a beautiful light gold, not a deep brown. Pull them out between 10 to 12 minutes. They might look underdone, but trust the process. They'll finish setting on the hot tray. Let them cool on the tray for 5 minutes. This is a crucial step that allows the centers to firm up and stay wonderfully lush and chewy. That pull Excuse me while I take a respectful pause. The aroma alone is worth the effort. And for the final touch, an optional whisper of flaky salt on the warm cookies. It's that sweet and salty contrast that is just divine. Now, grab a glass of almond milk or your favorite tea. This moment is a whole vibe, a reward you've earned. Soft and chewy, lightly sweet, and so buttery from the almond flour. This is perfect balance in dessert form, a truly guilt-free indulgence that tastes anything but. If your dough feels a bit crumbly and won't hold together, let it rest for 2 minutes. This gives the almond flour time to absorb the moisture. If it's still dry, add 1 more teaspoon of melted coconut oil. On the flip side, if it's too sticky to handle, simply fold in an extra teaspoon of almond flour until it's perfectly scoopable. The ideal texture is like soft, pliable Play-Doh. For a wider, chewier cookie with those lovely crinkly edges, gently press the dough balls flat. If you prefer a puffier, softer center, leave them in ball form. Always bake on the center rack for the most even heat. Your baking time determines the texture. 10 minutes for gooey, 11 for perfectly balanced, and 12 for a more set, firm cookie. Now for the fun part, add-ins. Try chopped almonds, walnuts, or cacao nibs for a delightful crunch. For a flavor twist, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract adds warmth, or a kiss of lemon zest brightens everything up. Feel free to use dark or dairy-free chocolate chips if you like. Pick your absolute favorite. And a tiny pinch of cinnamon makes them feel extra cozy without taking over the flavor. If you need a nut-free option, you can experiment with sunflower seed meal. The texture will be a bit different, but still delicious. These are fantastic for making ahead. Scoop the dough balls onto a parchment-lined tray and pop them in the freezer until solid. Then, transfer them to a freezer-safe bag, label it with the date, and you can bake them straight from frozen. Just add 1 to 2 extra minutes to the baking time. For storing baked cookies, an airtight container at room temperature will keep them fresh for 3 to 4 days. You can also freeze the baked cookies for up to 2 months. Just rewarm them in the oven for a few minutes to revive that fresh baked magic. Let's talk nutrition. These cookies are grain-free and rich in healthy fats from the almond flour and coconut oil, giving you balance, steady energy. Almond flour also brings protein and fiber, which makes these cookies surprisingly satisfying, so a little goes a long way. And the coconut sugar lends a lovely caramel vibe with a gentler sweetness compared to refined sugar. Let's just take 5 seconds to appreciate that soft, gooey center. And yes, I'm still thinking about that missing picnic cookie. It's a mystery for the ages. Future, you deserves a cookie. And let's be honest, present, you definitely agrees. They're so good, you'll want to share. Tie a stack with twine for a sweet, simple gift. It's a guaranteed way to make your neighbors become your besties. Soft, chewy, a little golden and crisp around the edges. This is the kind of wholesome, delicious dessert that truly loves you back. Recap, preheat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, mix everything, scoop on parchment, bake 10 to 12, cool 5. Ingredients: almond flour, coconut sugar, egg, melted coconut oil, baking soda, dark chocolate chips. They're soft and chewy with that melt in the middle moment. Serve with berries for a fresh pop. Crumble over yogurt for breakfast that feels like a cheat. Without the cheat, vegan swap. 1 flax egg and dairy-free chips. Bake 1 extra minute if needed. You can drop coconut sugar to 2 tablespoons. Cookies will be paler but still lovely. Use fine blanched almond flour for the softest crumb. If this brought some sweetness to your day, give it a like and share it with a cookie friend. Subscribe for more soulful, healthy bakes. Thanks for baking with me today. Recipe is in the Soulful Health Kitchen Cookbook ebook, link in the description. Happy baking, and remember, cookie quality control is a public service. Enjoy.